apparently segregation is okay now. There's this leftist thought leader named Robin DiAngelo. She believes in anti-racism and all that shit. And this was even, I think it was before the whole Scott Adams kerfuffle, where he said white people should stay away from black people if it's true that black people don't think it's okay to be white. She was not caught, but she was in a Zoom meeting, training, whatever, and she said people of color need to stay away from white people periodically. In fairness, she didn't say permanently. They need to take a break from white people because it's so harmful. White people are, just the systemic racism and all of this. It's just understandable that people of color need to take a break from white people and need to separate themselves. And there was no pushback on this. And it was only brought to our attention because of a conservative Twitter user. I think his name was Christopher Rufo. So essentially, this liberal leftist white woman says that it's good for black people and white people to be separate sometimes for the health of black people because white people are very bad. However, when Scott Adams said, well, if black people really believe that white people don't even deserve to exist, maybe that's not good for white people and they should stay away from black people. He was canceled. He literally was canceled from certain publications. So literal cancellation. This is the double standard as far as I'm concerned. Now, are they totally equivalent? No, because she did say that, okay, it's not like a permanent segregation or whatever, but even a temporary segregation, I feel is arguing for total bullshit.
Well,
this woman,
if Scott Adams had said what she said, he would have still been canceled.
He would have still been canceled. I agree. Yeah. Right? So even the idea that, oh, you don't like the other race? You think they're bad for you? Just stay away from them. When white people say that, it's called segregation and it's considered evil, right? Because we have our notions of what segregation looks like from history and it looked very ugly. So we just say, oh, that's bad. But these days, when people of color want to segregate themselves from white people, we just think it's fine. And you don't have to even go to this Robin DiAngelo anecdote. You go to almost any college campus today, you will find places where there are non-white safe spaces, where it's just understood that they just expect that white people shouldn't be allowed to go there because they need a breather from whiteness or whatever the fuck retarded rationale they have. The people of color need a break from you because you suck so much. That is the message that we are giving. This is an okay message. We're just telling white people that they're bad people and the non-white people need a break from them because they're bad. So there's this actual space where you're not allowed. This is okay in America in 2023. This is not a weird, isolated, oh, we're cherry picking. No, this is a very institutionalized thing. Well, I mean, there's a loophole here. You can think of the loophole, right? The loophole is, what if white supremacists and white racists just said, you know what, dudes, I totally support what you're saying right now. It is the right idea. We need to protect black people at all costs. And you know how we do it?
Yeah.
We segregate you from these bad white people. We need to have like a black section on the bus and black schools versus white schools and black neighborhoods versus white for your protection, of course. Yeah. I am 100% on board with this. I'm an ally. So we need to codify this into law because I am such a fucking ally to you. You can't fix white people. Am I right, guys? Yeah. So, just separate all these races. It's going to be the best. What is the difference then, functionally, in the effect? You've just played yourself into a corner. You're advocating for the same racist stuff.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, you could say we need more. We need more of these safe spaces, right? People of color.
Right. We need more of it to protect them.
We need them everywhere, for everything. Restaurants, bathrooms.
I mean, maybe we should put all black people in like the state of Mississippi for their protection, of course, solely for their protection, right? What would you say to that? Right? What would you say to that?
Well, if it's for their protection and you argue against it, I mean, then you would.
Does that sound like a good idea? Because is that the world that you're looking for? Is that the world that you're on board with? Because that is Robin DiAngelo's world, and you called Scott Adams a racist. That apparently was his world as well. So we're all just looking for the same result. What's the problem? It's come full circle, is what I'm trying to say. All of the racists who wanted segregation they've come full circle, and they're the same people who are the anti-racists who, oh, coincidentally also want segregation. I thought we were
Yeah.
supposed to get over all of this race shit and live together in harmony, but I guess I'm just a dummy and I don't know how things really work. What we actually need, dude, is more segregation. That's what's really going to fix everything. Okay, challenge accepted. Let's do more of it. Okay, what does that look like? Let's do more of it then. So all the blacks go over here, all the Asians go over here, all the whites go over here. What does that look like? Well, actually, the Asians and the whites don't need to be set because they're fine with each other. They seem to coexist just